Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. In this segment of Malcuz, we'll be talking about a very important topic that is gender equality that is promoted through Hunna Group. Hunna Group was launched by a group of MassCom students. They launched a community initiative called Hunna with the aim of promoting gender equality and encouraging women to support each other and also inspire each other. Through a campus survey, the group's organizers found that female jealousy was seen as normal, with young women trapped in a cycle of gossiping and criticizing each other. Of course, that would be followed by a feeling of guilt. In order to know more about this very important initiative, we're very much delighted to have with us today Sohaila, Naser, and Sama Mahmoud, the two students from the group who launched the campaign. It's great to have you with us, girls. Thank you very much for coming.
A very good day, girls, and it's a pleasure, of course, to have you with us. Of course, pointing out at what Sohaila just said in her, of course, introduction, fake relationships, jealousy, relationships that are very weird, gossiping, are have become very trendy nowadays and are very, and it's something to get we have to highlight on, especially after the coronavirus pandemic. I don't know what happened, and you're here to tell us more about this subject. And of course, internalized misogyny is the problem you're trying to face through your campaign. Tell us more about it, and tell us more about, please, the fake relationships that we are focusing on nowadays, and we don't understand the reason behind it.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much for having us today.
It's our pleasure.
Internalized means among the same group. So, and misogyny means women hatred. So, our topic is women hatred among each other in the same group, okay? So, our topic revolves around the idea of women being jealous of each other and competing with each other just to be on top, just to run over the other girls. So, we have seen, in each one of us in our group, we have seen we had experienced some of these situations, so we decided that we have to make a topic, we have to make this our graduation project to discuss it more and to search over the reasons for it and how to solve this jealousy among young ladies. So yeah, that's our graduation project. We decided that we need to aware girls of what they do and how they do it and how to stop being jealous of each other and how to support each other more, because we as women, we can't take our rights from other men before we even take our rights from each other. We have to support each other, we have to be with each other in order to take our rights from other people in the society.
Yes. So how did the idea pop up? I mean, when you as a group of students, you decided to come together in order to think about your graduation project. How did you think about this idea in particular, and why?
Actually, we had like 6 other topics that we have talked about, and the internalized misogyny was one of them. We chose the internalized misogyny because it touched us inside, because we feel like we have to take our rights from each other. Like we have to separate the idea of love between one another. We had like 8 topics we have tackled, and internalized misogyny was one of them. And we chose internalized misogyny because we felt like we can talk about something that touched us inside. Each one of us has experienced something, some kind of hatred from other girls. So we thought to, make the idea more clear to the people. And we wanted also girls to know that we don't have to hate each other. We don't have to break each other to be like, you know what I mean? Like, better than each other. Yes. So we had like so many topics, but this one was like, no, we're gonna do this because we want to make girls.
Yes.
You mean that one girl wants to prevail over the other,
yes,
and wants to be better than the other?
Yes.
That's what you want to say, exactly?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So, instead of supporting each other, they are competing in order to be ahead of each other. So that's what.
Why are they competing? In what are the different forms of internalized misogyny in the Egyptian society, Sohaila?
Okay. So in our topic, we have searched and we have found that there are many types of internalized misogyny. It can be a form of hatred between the mother and the daughter. It could be a form of hatred.
Hatred
jealousy.
between a mother and a daughter?
Yes, we have actually met a psychiatrist who has told us about a case of a woman who hates her daughter, who is jealous of her because she's younger, she can go out, she can dress like she wants. So it's a form of jealousy and hatred. We have also found internalized misogyny between mother-in-law and daughter-in-law.
This is normal.
This is not normal. Actually, it's not jealousy. It's hatred. It's she's fighting over to make her feel worse. She's trying to make her life worse. She's not just jealous because of her son. No, she wants to make her daughter-in-law's lives miserable. She's trying to.
But
to take
what
over
Rana is trying to say, Sohaila, is that we know about forms of jealousy between mothers-in-law and the wives, between, for example, peers at work,
Yes, this is actually one of the
at the university. But mother to daughter is somehow strange. Sisters, if we may say,
Yes.
is again strange. This is
best friends actually also. So
Yes.
طب
yeah.
okay, Sohaila, sorry, Hala, but how many percent of our society is there hatred between a mother and her daughter?
Actually, we have made a survey, but
Exact.
the exact number of hatred between mother and daughter is not that accurate. However, we
Around?
have 59% actually.
59%
Yes, the
mother
surveys.
and daughter
Yes.
hatred? Oh my God.
The girls admitted that they have issues between their mothers. Not hatred, it's more of a jealousy. It's more of my mother is jealous of me because I'm younger than her, because I can go out, I have friends. So instead of
But didn't
supporting
you
her,
consider that this could be some sort of teenage drama that many girls go through?
okay,
Is
the
it
ages.
accurate? I mean,
Yeah, okay. The ages that we have received are not much of the teenagers. However, they are like 20s, 25. They are not that young, so they are aware of what they have experienced.
yes.
Actually, like 2 weeks ago, we have received a message from a girl. She's talking about how her mother oppresses her to get married. Oppresses her to learn something that she doesn't want to learn, to get into a school that she doesn't want to go to. So. It's not any, I mean, she has to support her. Being her mother, she has to know how she feels, she has to be beside her. Actually, one of the mother's topics is the circumcision, how mothers circumcise their daughters. They are the ones who do that to them. Instead of being a female herself and knowing how hard it is to be circumcised, she's actually the one to circumcise her daughter. So it's not a sort of jealousy or hatred only. It's violence.
Yes. So, Sama, what are other observations that you noticed during the project?
We have noticed like so many things. Actually, I don't know the exact observation because I didn't take the part. My friend took the part of observation. So,
Okay, the observations about women in work. We have actually received many cases from girls talking about how they are oppressed from other women in their work, how they feel that they are
Peers or bosses?
peers and bosses actually, both, yes. We have made actually a radio ad about women in work and how they are competitive, how they compete in order to reach positions. So instead of supporting each other, she's saying like, she's pregnant, she can't come. How often does she get pregnant? We're always tired, we're always pregnant when we come as well. So instead of supporting a woman like you, she actually pulls her down. So that's one of the observations that we've made. It's the percentage of women hatred in work is so high. It's not expected.
And on personal level, how do you see it? And is changing women's attitude towards each other, can it be fixed? Or from your point of view, change is impossible?
it's hard to fix it because it's something that is inside of us. Like you cannot say that you hate someone. You can show when you're like dealing with the other girls, you're showing that hatred, but you don't mean it. Like you don't mean to hate. So it's like
jealousy. It's not
jealousy,
hatred.
yes.
okay, it can be jealousy, and it can be like I can treat you like I hate you, but I don't mean it that I hate you. Like okay, it's jealousy and hate. at the same
We've
time.
actually met a psychiatrist and talked to him about about this topic, and he said that it's jealousy and it cannot be just fixed or cured by medicals or tablets. It's actually a psychological state of jealousy.
And it has three levels, like medium jealousy, normal jealousy, and high jealousy and low jealousy. It had like, it was classified to three jealousy, and one of the internalized misogyny was the extreme hate.
Extreme jealousy, level of jealousy, yes.
Jealousy and hate, yes. And we also made...
So they're categorized into
Yes,
a low
levels.
hate
Three
and
levels.
high hate.
It's
And-
levels of jealousy that
Levels
could
of
turn
jealousy.
into
Yes.
hatred at the
Yes,
highest
actually.
or
So
the maximum
the high
of-
level of jealousy is not the normal one.
Oh, I understand.
And the
it's
girls-
the one that we face.
Yes, and the girls who suffer from, you know, the jealousy or who has experienced internalized misogyny, actually he said to us that they go into deep depression, and they also, you know, and they also experience like, yes, depression and sadness, and they cannot like be confident enough
It
to
could
go.
lead to
yes.
suicide. It could lead to suicide and self-harm. So it's
Yeah,
not.
to
It's
the-
not
Why
simple.
commit suicide? For what reason?
Okay, the extreme jealousy leads to depression, and of course, as we know, depression can lead to suicide. So it's all just a loop of jealousy that leads to extreme danger. So it's not just, it's not normal to be extremely jealous of each other. It's not okay to feel like, yeah, they are mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. It's okay to be so jealous, or it's okay to hate each other. It's not. Actually, it could lead to suicide sometimes. It's not okay. So that's why we had to discuss that. It's not okay to be extremely jealous.
Yes. Now your project turned from a graduation project into a campaign, and
Yes.
it caught attention, it caught the media attention. Do you see it as a successful one? And what are your plans to sustain it?
Okay. So yes, it turned to a campaign, to an initiative, and instead of a graduation project, we have finished and we have graduated like 3 months ago. So, and we're still going. We're still keeping our social media accounts. We're still working on it. As I see it for myself, I think it's very successful. It was just a graduation project at first. However, we were passionate. We were very hardworking. We tried to make it as better as much as we could. And right now we're looking for sponsors to support our campaign and to try to help us spread awareness about the topic even more. We are trying to make talks with little girls to aware them from a little age.
We are also thinking to make a community of Hunna on Facebook, like a group of girls who talk and discuss with each other the problems or whatever they face in work, in education or whatever. So we can have like solutions, and we talk like give and take. So it's gonna be about a small community of us. So to make it like easier for girls to talk and discuss, and also
share their experiences.
yes, and to support each other. And also we'd like to make more booths to go and separate the idea of us through social media or in the streets or whatever. So our idea of love and positivity between girls are separate to, you know, as much as we could.
Okay, so Sohaila, I want to ask you another question, and it's a very important topic about the mothers, which of course work. If we come to mention the working mothers, how guilty they feel towards their children, and if they can compromise between their career and of course their children, and how to bring up their children in a very constructive and very decent way. And of course the family. How far is this true from your own perspective?
Actually, from Hannah's perspective, women should not feel guilty for doing the thing that they love. As a mother or as a woman, she should have the right to work and to be a mother as well. So as other women in her work environment, they should support her. She should feel supported instead of being attacked for being a mother and a working woman at the same time. So from Hannah's perspective, a woman should not feel guilty for doing that. She should feel supported by other women instead.
Personally, what I find interesting about your campaign is that this topic in particular has been going on for so many years in the society, and nobody ever talks about it. I mean, it's not considered as a taboo, but it's something that went as normal within the society layers, within the social behavior of individuals. And it's not confined to our region, it's not confined to Egypt or the Middle East, it's actually everywhere, so it's a global topic. And still nobody talks about it because they find it as normal. They find that this type of jealousy is normal. What we hear about is usually women to women support, how women should support each other, but nobody talks why. Nobody talks about this type of hatred or jealousy between women. Although I have seen so many movies and sitcoms talking about girls and women's jealousy, but nobody actually tried to raise awareness when it comes to the reasons behind such jealousy or the grassroots level of the problem. So when you sat down as students and you decided to launch the campaign, what kind of solutions did you come up with in order to solve this problem?
Okay, so first at the beginning of our graduation project, we have thought and we have brainstormed many of ideas, and we actually chose this one at the end. However, when we started to do our research, we couldn't find many academic sources to help us or to support our topic. It was very hard at first to actually prove that this is a topic, that this happens. We have found very few topics, very few campaigns that talked about this topic before. So in order to find the terminology, internalized misogyny, it was very hard at first. It was nearly impossible. Yes, it was not that common at all, except especially in Egypt. In Egypt, I don't think that it has been discussed before. I don't think so. However, in other countries, yeah, it was discussed, I think 2 or 3 times maximum. So it was hard at first to choose this topic and to decide that we're gonna do about it, and we're gonna research about it and make it our graduation project. However, actually with time, we came to some terminologies, something like internalized misogyny, some other terminologies that describe the women-to-women hatred. And we started to look for cases to talk with girls who have experienced some of these situations. They have told us about how they overcame such issues and how they have handled this sort of jealousy. And this helped us find more solutions and more kind of support for girls from each other. So, yeah.
Sohaila, what do you think about, of course, today we're, of course, at a very important historical site here in Egypt, which is, of course, the Grotto Garden here in Cairo and Zamalek. What do you think about it? What's your impression about this place?
Actually, it's the first time for me to come here. When I first came in, I started taking pictures. It's fascinating. The plants are so beautiful. The green color is so shiny. Even the caves, I didn't know that there were these places in Egypt. I was so fascinated.
You never ever came here. You never saw the caves.
No,
you never saw.
I sometimes pass by this place, but I never came in. This is my first time actually.
Sama?
Yes, this is my first time as well.
Your
But
impression?
I've seen pictures on Facebook, pictures on social media. It's nice and beautiful. Yeah.
The pictures you took, Sohaila, you're going to be adding it to your Facebook page?
Yes, sure. Of course.
Do you have a Facebook page?
We have a Facebook page and an Instagram
as
page.
well.
What's your page's name on Instagram and on Facebook?
In Arabic.
Honna.empowerment on Facebook and on Instagram.
Dot?
Empowerment.
That's the
Empowerment?
username.
Empowerment, yes.
So it's Honna.empowerment. And spell Honna, please.
H-O-N-N-A. Honna.
H-O-N-N-A. Okay. Dot empowerment.
Yes.
Okay.
So back again to Hunna campaign, girls, I would like to know the challenges that you face and the support. I mean, of course, you've got some support from your colleagues, your professors at the university, but I think that there were some difficulties, there were some challenges. Yes, some girls opened up to you and talked to you about their experiences, but I think that it wasn't easy for others to talk about it for various reasons. Some didn't want to talk about such topics. Some didn't even feel the problem and took it as a natural thing that goes within the social behavior, as I mentioned. So what are the types of support that you got and the challenges that you faced and how you
We
overcame
actually,
such challenges?
we actually had like one of the hardest challenges. We target from 20 to 60 old women. So like the old women are, you know, old-fashioned. They still think,
Conservative.
yes, they still think it's normal. Or it's something that we should not talk about. It happens, and you know, just let it go with the flow. So we had like challenges to, you know, talk about the topic with them. They don't. Some of them were like, it's normal. You don't have to talk about it. It's,
Okay,
something that
Sohaila,
happens.
of course, back again to the mother and daughter relationship, which you, of course, mentioned and brought up as a topic that some mothers hate their daughters or vice versa. When I come to see it from my own perspective, I see that nowadays I do have a 21-year-old daughter, and I see that the relationship between me and her is a friendship relationship. Is when we talk to each other, then we are discussing as if I'm discussing or talking to my friend. I'm not talking to a daughter. So there's never hatred, or we can go into a deep fight together. We can go into, I can insult her, she can, we can throw back at each other
some sort of
words. It's,
arguments.
exactly. It's not a hatred relationship. It's a love relationship. What exactly, from your own perspective, are you discussing as a hatred relationship?
Okay.
Because I don't see it. I don't see it exist. Is it because nowadays mothers seem younger? They act younger. They go down to the level of their daughters because, of course, we're more, of course, intellectual than long time ago when mothers used to be a mother and a daughter, and it's very strict, and we're different. Is it one of the reasons?
Okay, so actually not all the mothers are like you, of course. So we have some mothers who
Probably
still,
Hela is like me. What do you think? How do you treat your
Well,
daughter?
no, my children, yes, they are adults, of course, but we have this friendship
Yes,
going on.
exactly, that's what I mean.
But no, but some of their friends didn't have
Still
the
have
same
problems.
Because their
relationship
mothers
with
are
their
really
parents.
strict, Hela.
The mother
When
could
the
be the grandmother sometimes
Yes,
is even
because-
stricter than the mother herself. I mean, some of them were raised by the grandmother, not necessarily the mother when the mother is busy working or building her career or supporting the family or whatever. So circumstances are different from one family to another. But I think what Rana's trying to say is it is really strange. It's a big question mark when it comes
Yes.
to a
Hatred
mother-daughter type of jealousy that reaches the maximum level of
Hatred.
of hatred.
So it was really surprising for us as well to hear that some girls have hatred between their mothers. But it happened, and we received many cases of girls complaining about their mother's relationship with them because it is hatred actually. When a mother oppresses her daughter in that way, oppresses her to get married, oppresses her to take her husband's violence with her, it's not some sort of love relationship, it's hatred, it's violence.
So it's the oppression. The oppression is the main reason behind this hatred. Because if you bring up your daughter or your son with the idea or the belief that if you are the relationship between you and the daughter and son is a friendship relationship, then you come over and tell your father or your mother everything, and they know everything about you, and they're not afraid. There will never be this hatred relationship. Or what do you think?
Okay, I think that these mothers or these sort of women, they don't think like that. They just think that from the society's point of view, it's not okay for you to get married to who you want to. It's not okay for you to work as the job that you want. It's not okay for you to think for yourself. So they actually oppress their daughters to get married to the women, to the men, sorry, that they want, to get into a job that they don't want to. They oppress them to live the life that they didn't live. To oppress them to be someone that they are not. So as well as I mentioned before, the violence between a husband and his wife, a mother oppresses her daughter to take it, to think that it's okay, your father used to hit me as well. So
That's
it's
what
okay.
I'm talking about, standardizing the problem. When
Yes.
it becomes standard, it becomes normal, and therefore not so many people are aware that there is a problem in the first place.
Okay.
So it was actually a challenge for us as well, yes.
Girls, the conclusion you reached about fake relationships, jealousy, problems between women or between girls or between best friends, the conclusion, what is the main core issue behind these problems that take place?
And how to solve them as well.
So actually, as I said before, it is hatred. So we thought that in order to solve this, in order to not make it normal as it is, we have to teach girls from a young age and aware women that it's not okay to be hateful. It's not okay to be violent to other girls. You have to support each other. You have to have each other's backs. It's not normal to wait for the support from other women or from other guys. I'm sorry, from other people. You have to support each other. You have to be the main power that you give to each other. So.
And Sama?
We actually, the main conclusion, we wanted to make it more clear for the girls.
To be with each other, to support each other,
Yes,
to be their main backbone, to be their the source of energy and the source of power that they have. Not to wait for this support from other guys or from other men.
Well, definitely, this is a very inspiring campaign, and what I like about it is that it focuses more on women. It's a different perspective of gender equality, because what we know about gender equality is between men and women, but not among women themselves. So it's a very inspiring initiative, and I'd like to thank you for you girls for it.
Thank you.
And wish you best of luck, because I think that you need to follow up on all the efforts that you have exerted in order to have more even positive results. But for now, I'd like to thank you very much, Sohaila, Naser, and Sama Mahmoud. Thank you very much for being with us in this edition of Marcus.
Girls, thank you so much for joining us, and really it's worth to mention that it is a wonderful initiative. It's a wonderful campaign. If it was your project graduation, then good for you. You made an excellent job. Thank you so much for joining us in today's episode of Nile Cruise. Dear viewers, this was this segment of Nile Cruise. We brought you, me and Hela. We'll be right back. Stay with us and don't go away.